Just like that. Facebook, guys, namaste. God bless. How are all of you? Happy Eve of Merry Christmas Eve. Happy Tuesday, man. Is it Tuesday? Yeah, look at my calendar. Yeah, I lost track the past several days. I hope you guys are well. I hope you guys are spending the night, this cold night, on this big storm that was supposed to come. Again, another dud. I got a word for that. I heard it today. I'm going to give credit to the comment people out there. Guessologist. For the weathermen out there. Those poor guys, they put up there. What if they call 1 to 3, and I've said it many times at America's Mentor, people lose their shit. I don't know why. We're accustomed to it. This is New England, but they do anyway. But I hope you guys are getting all your wrapping done, all your little things done. If you celebrate the holiday, happy Hanukkah to all of my Jewish friends out there, and whatever holidays develop throughout the millennia. You know, just to keep everybody in shape here. But imagine if, this is gift giving time indeed, and I am an advocate of gift giving to self. Not being selfish, mind you. It's when I started giving myself the knowledge and the inspiration and the wisdom to create a new mindset. That's basically when life turned in a whole different paradigm of thinking, realm, hence my physical plane. It's really that simple, but a lot of people have excuses, and they make up excuses on why they can't have it. I had an employee, this guy was in the 1500th score for his SATs. Brilliant. I told him, I said, you're not a baker, you're an astronaut. But in his belief system, he was a lowly, he couldn't get into college because he didn't have the money kind of person. He was told from day one, couldn't do it, can't have it. And to this day, he wallows in that guilt. And all I can tell him, I said, look, you got the gift. You're in the wrong place. And a lot of you are going through that now. A lot of you are working at jobs you don't want to be at, and you have this other calling in life. All I can tell you is do it. Follow your gut, follow your heart, follow your intuition in life, because you will never be truly happy until you're doing what truly makes you happy. As I told Victoria the other night, if it doesn't feel right, it will never be right. You can try to force it, you can mask it, you can put holidays there to temporarily make you feel better, but in the end, it's going to come back to you. So in this time of giving, in this time of reflection, in this Christ-minded season, you design a life for yourself. You design a life that's relevant to your cause, to your feeling in life. Believe me, I can tell you, I've spent a good dozen years like this in a 12 by 12, completely by myself in this dark place, trying to figure out what was going on in my life till actually became routine. But indeed, yet something kept gnawing at me, which is probably gnawing at you, that there's a better way, there's a different path. Indeed. How do you do it? It's called a rewire, my friends. And Alfred Adler, Sigmund Freud's rival, was an advocate for this. And I've mentioned Adler many times here on America's Mentor. If his philosophy was the forefront of psychological evaluations and, how should we say, recommendations, the world would be a lot better place, I'll tell you right now. Because Freud's theory, though brilliant at assessing people's problems, his theory was to keep people in the problem. Adler's theory was getting people out of the problem. How do you do it? It's called a rewire, or he called a reorientation in life. A lot of us have been told we can't do it. I get it. I've been there, done that. I've been told that, no, my goodness, by people that supposedly love me, told me that you can never be, do, have, because they can never be, do, and have. And remember that. People are giving you advice, negative advice, because they're afraid to push forward on their own dreams. And it's you that have to have the courage and the fortitude to do it for yourself. So give yourself the gift this holiday. Give yourself a plan. Give yourself a direction. Give yourself something to shoot for in life that's really gnawing at you. I mean, you put your whole heart and soul in it, you are not denied. You are going to find ways, synchronicities are going to match up. Most importantly, you are going to rewire your brain. And this came from a real Mel Robbins. She's awesome. She's like in your face. No excuses for you. I mean, she's really in your face kind of speaker. I love her. But she had a great neuroscientist on there who showed people how to basically rewire your brain. But the good thing is, we already know this. but a lot of people think mysticism and the so-called pseudoscience is not in, how should we say, in alignment with today's thing. It absolutely is in alignment with it. The so-called pseudoscience and all these mystical thinkings that people like myself and so that send out to you are all proven facts now. And that there's no more lying anymore. That whoever told you it can't be done, indeed, they're right. To them, it can't be done. And to you, indeed, it can be done. But the thing is that people have to understand, when you're trying to go from a 110 to a 220, I'm speaking, electrical terms here. That's basically what we're doing. We're changing the electrical system of the mind, is that the old wiring is going to hang around. It's always going to be there. The old neural pathways are always going to be there. But when you upgrade to a 220, and I'm using that metaphorically now, mind you, when you upgrade to a 220 in your thinking process, that overrides and creates more powerful neural pathways. And I love what she said about this. This is from Mel Robbins and Dr. Tara. And I can't pronounce her last name. She's from India, but she's a fantastic speaker when it comes to neuroscience. She puts a direct emphasis on repetition. And yes, indeed, I say it a lot here on America's Mentor, and a lot of my shows are repetitious, but in different forms, so different people can understand different phases in different ways. That's exactly the reason, because not all of us get the same way. If it's approached in different aspects, but with the same meaning, somebody might get it. There you go. Now, Dr. Mel had her on there, and she asked her, can you override the system? Can you rewire the actual brain? And indeed, I said this many times in American Mentor, yes, you can indeed. And she just clarifies it right here. But, like I said, she says you cannot undo wiring that's already in the brain. But there is an opportunity for rewiring, and not through undoing the present wiring in the brain. It's through overwriting it, which means repeating a new thought and or behavior so many times with such emotional intensity that it becomes a more energetic efficiency pathway to your brain than the one present. What she's saying is, be more motivated. Motivate yourself every single day. This is why affirmations are so important. People, a lot of the reels now are coming out saying affirmations don't work. Yeah, for some people, indeed. But they absolutely changed my life, because the more I said something, the more emotionally involved I got with it. And this is what I was doing. I didn't realize what I was doing. It was motivating myself on a continuous basis, saying the same thing over and over with more emotional intensity involved with it. Like, I'm a better person. I'm doing better in my life. I am. Attaching that God creation first two words on that, and life totally and heartily changed. Why do I feel like I have to sneeze? I'm sorry, I'm digressing. So if I sneeze, just back up, man. The whole room's going to shake. But she also says this, and I'll finish what she was saying. Don't sneeze, Jared, don't sneeze. Recurring negative thought. This is what she said when Mel asked her about, wait, but what happens if that old thought comes back? Indeed, this is powerful. I like this part. Recurring negative thought. It's not your thought, negative, that is the problem. It is the belief that you have developed from that thought, established from repetitively thinking of it with emotion. A repetitive negative thought over and over, just like a repetitive positive thought over and over, is going to get mentally anchored into your wiring. You override that with a more positive life, or positive surroundings, a positive environment, and there you go. You're going to naturally do it without even realize what you're friggin' doing. This is the beauty of it. That's why I immerse myself every day in this concept of the Jer that I've always wanted to be. This is what you have to do. And in life, if you keep doing that every day, repetitiously, indeed, it goes from unnatural, feeling kind of uncomfortable, what am I doing, to a natural state where you naturally rise up And your physique changes, your mind changes, your body changes, your feelings change, and your destiny changes as a result from that. And there was a great comment on this, on that reel. And that was the very first one, and like 1,000 people replied to it. It's fantastic. This should basically be your mental mantra. Repetition builds a pathway. Emotion gives it authority. Identity makes it permanent. What you identify is what you become. Through all your struggles in life, you identified as what? A loser. Through all your failed marriages and relationships, what have you described as unlovable? Those are powerful, powerful anchors that you've put into yourself, which now can only attract those powerful anchors in your life. You can definitely change the anchor by raising it and planting it and residing in a new thought process. But you have to keep doing it all the time. It's not daunting. It's basically rewarding. It's your life being rewired to a new level of thinking. Therefore, you become a better magnet and naturally attract all that you desire in life. But you have to get past the stigmas that have been brought to you, that you've repetitiously thought about constantly in your life, now are part of your belief system. You actually believe you're a schmuck. People actually believe they're a schmuck, and they live by that mantra every day. And therefore, they wonder why things keep happening. It drives me freaking crazy. But I forgot the most important thing today. It's National, say it with me, Pfeffernuss Day. I've just spit on my microphone. I mean, anybody who knows Pfeffernuss cookies, they are pretty white, little flaky with powder on them. They're a gingerbread cookie with powder, their meatball. That's all they are. But they did come from the German heritage, and Germans are, I mean, they're fantastic bakers. I was taught by a German pastry chef 30 years ago. I mean, to this day, you know, he taught me so much. It's also National Roots Day. And they talk about going to your family history. Right there alone, that's crazy. Because I don't want to... Family history is great, but people use that as a platform to their own success. And a lot, if you can relate to this, if you think, you know, for anybody in your family, they're all living in poverty, and it'll never be me, I'll always be in poverty. That's what I'm talking about. So you have to create your own history, per se. And my history is complete opposite of what my family is. And I say it proudly, but in the deep, but everybody else in my family is achieving and doing the best that they can. But don't live by your history. You can delve in it, per se. You can learn about it. But if all your family members are all this and that, and they're all negative connotations to who you are in life, it's time to think about something different. And it's also Christmas movie day. You know, big friggin' deal. I mean, well, I shouldn't say that, because this was a night, God, on CBS and ABC when they had all the specials when I was a kid, and really got the imaginational juices flowing, man. Think about this. Getting back to Adler, this is vital, because a lot of people don't realize the psychological process of rewiring your brain takes a lot of effort indeed, but the most rewarding thing. He said this as a quote: "Life in general has no meaning. Whatever meaning life has must be assigned to it by the individual." The individual. Whatever you give meaning to in life, how you think of yourself, it's going to create the life purpose that you are. And a lot of us fail to realize that because we're too busy being like now, giving everything away. We're giving all this stuff away. We're giving presents. We forget about the core being, the true happiness that we are. Think about the very beginning of the program, and I was talking about one of my associates. The guy is basically got 1,500. He got on his SATs. The guy is a rocket scientist, but yet he has these emotional outbursts and fits and anger because he's not in the place where he's supposed to be. What does he have? Anchored in his belief system that he's a failure. Imagine having all that kind of intelligence, and I'm going to digress here for a second here. Having all that intelligence, but yet in this little box. You can't. You're going to explode sooner or later. I mean, LeBron James had a 580 on his SATs. I mean, look at this. Russell Crowe never went to acting school. And you've got Leonardo DiCaprio was a high school dropout. So don't sit there and tell me you have all this experience in life, but you're in this spot where you're not happy. It's you that make the path. It's you that create the opportunities. It's you, most importantly, that has to rewire your thinking process to get there. And those guys were just a couple I mean, Kevin Hart, I mean, he had got like a 500 on his SATs, whereas Zuckerberg got a 1600. I mean, so it doesn't, your intelligence has nothing to do with it. It's all about who you are. And I never even took the SATs. I left school so early. It's just, I didn't like the way they were educating me, so I went and did it myself. This is what I'm talking about. You have to learn, be, and do everything that you desire the way that makes you comfortable, so you can get there the way you want. That's living authentic. All the actors and the athletes that I mentioned just showed life, their authenticity in life about who they are. And look where they are. You do that for yourself. You do that for the being that you are every day, showing the world your true self, uninhibited, mind you, getting out of the box. You are going to create the most amazing opportunities. But you have to get past the old belief system. The anchored thoughts that told you that you'll never be anything. The people that told you that you can never have it because our family never had it. And all these other things that really put all this negativity in your mind that you say, I'm a positive person, but deep down you think you're a piece of shit. It doesn't work that way. You have to get back to the basics, as Adler said. When you develop a meaning and a purpose in your life, life's going to start showing you more opportunities from that. And he noted an amazing quote, all problems are interpersonal. Indeed, relationship problems with yourself. So you can't blame life anymore for what's going on around you. You got to look in the mirror, as I said many times here in America's Mentor, taking full responsibility. Any of you watch Mel Robbins will understand exactly what I mentioned about her show with Dr. Tara on that. She'll get in your face and saying you're full of shit. You have to tell yourself you're full of shit and start understanding that you are the pathway, but you have to repetitiously install a new thought process. And if you don't know what that is, write it out. Design the life. Be the architect of your future. Keep following that every day. Life is going to conform to that. Whatever you tell yourself, you bring to yourself. If you tell your body, I don't feel good, your body's going to say, okay, there's some stuff to not make you feel good. That's how powerful we are. So why not tell yourself this holiday season, I am gifted to create the absolute desire that I want to have, or want to be, or want to overcome. Say, I'm better than this. Like I said, many, many nights in that cement block friggin' 12 by 12, cold as hell place that I had to call home for a dozen years as I supported my children and gave them everything, I felt like I was an empty shell. So what happens? Life gave me more, feeling like an empty shell. That revelation was me just incurring the knowledge by motivating myself every day. This is where I love motivation, because it really just amps up. It gives you the Red Bull of thinking. Okay, fine. Then keep doing it. Keep motivating yourself. Motivation is an amazing tool to start the process. You move from motivation to inspiration. Okay, you found a desire. What inspires you about it? Move forward with that. It's a process that very few people do, because the majority have no patience to go through the process. But you get to say, oh, the butterfly is a beautiful thing. Yeah, but you realize that thing basically dissolved in a chrysalis to get where it is. That's basically what you have to do for yourself. You have to die in order to be reborn. In other words, die with the old thinking. And if you create a plan of new thinking that you're going to follow every day, and follow through on that every day as much as you can. Yes, it's going to be hard at first. It's not going to feel natural. It's going to feel like shit. It's like going on a diet. How many of you can relate to that? Indeed, I used to be obese myself in a lot of ways. I just changed my thought patterns, my eating patterns, and it became a natural process. And I also moved on to fasting, which I told you guys about, which has helped my health tremendously. In so many ways. It has cured all the little ailments that I had, just because my body doesn't have to focus on here right now. It can spread out and do its natural job instead of trying to digest food all day long. It's those little simple revelations about yourself and understanding what's causing the problem. As Mel Robbins says, you are causing the problem. When you get to the root cause, you'll find out the root effect in your life. And when that, to me, it woke me the hell up, because what Adler said about reorientation, it's basically developing, just as I just said, I didn't even look at the friggin' quote, develop new attitudes, behaviors, and strategies to live more effectively and find greater meaning and belonging. It's you dictating your future before there is a future. And looking at that future every day, like I do, in my writings and my journalings and my affirmations of that person that I am right now. Because right now is your creation point. At this present moment, watching me is a creation point. So if it helps you, great. Start writing. Start being that person you've always wanted to be. You don't have to worry about what the world thinks, because the world's going to see the end result. And a lot of people don't realize the world doesn't care. It's that you worry about what the world thinks about you. How you see the world is how the world sees you. So guys, tomorrow I am seeing Mom in the rest home. She's recovering from a little footsie accident, fell down yet again. I mean, the lady should have her own commercial about falling and not getting up. I'm going to go see her tomorrow. So Merry Christmas to all of you. Much love for the 50,000 views that America's Mentor is seen by on all my different platforms every single month, month after month after month, and growing every single month. I want all of you to give yourself the gift that I gave myself, a better self that shows the world who you are and shows the world that we can become anything we desire. Give that gift to yourself this holiday season. Understand how special you are. Watch what the friggin' world shows you. So guys, Merry Christmas, America's Mentor _radio at America's Mentor on YouTube. Yes, indeed, YouTube. I love you guys. 1,000 videos on there. Hashtag Jerry Maldonado. Enjoy your Christmas, guys. I'll see you after the holiday. I think I'm off Saturday. I'll definitely see you before then with a brand new show. Enjoy your holiday. Be safe. Love yourself, man.